So what I'm going to start off by doing first is applying my foundation, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer. For concealer, I'm using NW20, and for foundation, it is NC30, and they're both by MAC. For the application, I'm actually going to be using one of these sponges. They come in a packet like this, and you can buy them at your local pharmacy. So what I'm going to do is, after applying my moisturizer, is shake my foundation to kind of warm things up and apply it onto my sponge and start dabbing all over my face. And what I like about this, rather than using brushes, is that the application on your face is just much smoother. It doesn't leave any streaks. It actually takes me about 3 pumps of foundation to fill in my entire face. And you're just gonna dab, dab, dab all around. Once that's done, you're gonna wanna take this end, and I like to use this one because it's a lot denser than this one. So I don't know if you can see, but this part, I use it for foundation, and then I turn it around and use this part for concealer. So the next thing that we're gonna do is take our concealer and shake it, and I'm gonna put half a pump, take my sponge and just dab the tip of it just like that and start applying it. Bringing it down just a little bit. So this is what your face will look like after you apply moisturizer, concealer, and your foundation. I actually already filled in my eyebrows. You can actually check out my tutorial or my brow video. I'll link it down below, or you can go onto my website and see the steps that I did to fill in my brows. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take my bronzer. Now, I have 2 bronzers here, which are my favorites. This one is by MAC. It's a mineralizing powder, and it's in the color dark. And this is by Clinique, and it's called True Bronze Pressed Powder in the shade 02 Sunkissed. And I love the combination of both because I think that if you apply only one, you'll look too orange. But this one has a little bit of shimmer, which makes it a little more natural. And that's what I like. What I'm going to be doing next is applying my bronzer. I got it at my local pharmacy. It is by Essence of Beauty, and it looks like this. It's more like a blush brush, but I like to use it for my bronzer. Dab the product onto the brush. Take the top part of the bronzer and kind of mix it all in the entire brush, just like that, and start dabbing it onto your face. I actually like to contour my face in an angle, so like the top part of my ear down. So that's how I'm gonna apply the bronzer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by dabbing the product in an angle. And this is just gonna give me kind of like an outline of where I want to pile on that product. So this is just so I can see where everything's gonna go. And it's just a line, so you're just gonna dab, dab, dab. Again, from an angle, the top of your ear down. So dab, dab, dab. And you're gonna do that until you actually see the product on your face. Don't go crazy applying too much because we're gonna do that in a little bit. And then I'm gonna bring it up, the temples of your face, dab, dab, dab. Again, not applying too much, just enough where you can see it. So then what I like to do is just add a little bit on your chin, bring it down. This is almost like painting, and I think that's why I like makeup so much, because I love to paint. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on the other side. Just dab, dab, dab until you see that product. So once you start seeing the product on your face, this is where it gets fun. You get to layer and have a good old time. So I'm gonna be using this one, And again, I'm gonna do the same thing, dab the brush onto the product, swoosh. And this time we're not gonna dab, this time we're gonna go in circles and bring it up. This is what gives you that airbrush look. So you're gonna go ahead and just circle, circle, circle. Up and down, up and down. And again, bring it up. And bring it down. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And right now it's up to you how dark or how light you want it. So you can go ahead and apply more or leave it as is. I actually like it like this. It looks a little bit more natural. Goes with anything. I think this is kind of like the foundation or like the starting point of any look that I have ever done. If I'm going to be going out at night, I like to apply something that it's going to show a little more. So again, I'm gonna apply a little more bronzer, a little more highlighter. But for today, because I am gonna go out during the day, I'm going to be using this Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight, and it is a highlighter. And I like to use this brush. Of course, you can use the proper brush, which is like a fan brush, but this one works just fine for me. I'm gonna dab the product onto my brush, kind of like shake it off, and just dab it on the cheekbones. You can do a little bit on the bridge of your nose. I hope you guys like this look. If it's helpful, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up.